would you say from your observations, the greatest health transformations we've witnessed in NLP now? Well, there's a kind of a lot to, I mean, we've seen people who have, I was just mentioning somebody who's recovered from, serious head trauma, people who have recovered from, it's my own, by sharing examples from my own family systems of advanced metastatic breast cancer. We've had people who healed from things like multiple sclerosis. It's, many, I mean, it's almost like some of these things that some people might even consider miraculous, or almost for us, like, well, the daily yes, okay, allergy, sometimes somebody has a long-term life-threatening food allergy, and then, within a few minutes it's healed. So these are the kind of things that I think we see time and again here, and people who have gone through the program. We had somebody who had been in a really tremendously serious car accident, and had, really, had paralysis and stuff, people regaining movement from paralysis. Again, I want to make it clear that we're not trying to say that what we're doing is a panacea and that it's the only thing, and that health and healing does not also require a good amount of work and of practice and of trying things. I mean, part of what I do when I'm supporting somebody in their health work is I'm supporting them to use whatever is necessary for their healing. I want them to change their diet. I want them to learn other modalities, which might involve some kind of movement modality like Feldenkrais or Alexander work. I want them to do everything that supports their health and healing. And actually, that's part of my job as the health coach. It's not just to administer NLP treatments. It's actually to help the person do all the things that they need to do and get all of those things in place, and then really empower that by believing in what they're doing and their congruence in what they're doing, in order to actually pragmatically, sustainably achieve a state of, resilience and well-being. So I was giving, one example of a daily practice. My practice is running. And now it's a physical thing. And yet, as I say, in that practice, I also do other things. My wife, Deborah, she has two practices of her daily practice: yoga and meditation. Oftentimes what we will do during the HCT is, we'll come up with various kinds of things that people can do. One of the things we work with is what we call the coach state, which is basically getting into a certain state, what you might call a zone of excellence. And that becomes a practice that you would do in a daily basis. What do I need to do to anchor myself, to bring myself into the best possible state that I can be each morning? So a daily practice it could range anywhere from literally a few seconds to, in my case, it goes up to 90 minutes. I know there's a guy who is actually here in the Silicon Valley who's been in my trainings, and he has a daily practice in the shower. When he takes a shower every morning, he goes through a certain set of somatic movements that bring him into the state. He's a successful Silicon Valley entrepreneur, and he says, it's my business, it's my job to be in my best state. If I don't do that, I can't wait for somebody else to do it. I can't take a pill to do it. I've got to do it. And it's my responsibility. And over the days that I don't do it, like I said about Horowitz practicing, I notice it. I don't do it a couple of days, then the people who are out to get me notice it, and they know it. And then if it's long enough, my supporters know it. So again, part of what we do with the daily practice is you pick what is important to you in your life, what is going to be the best way that you can do that in a consistent way. So let's see. I think we've covered most of the questions. So I think maybe to wrap up, I want to say just a couple of things. First of all, one of these questions is, how can I find out more about this training? You might be wondering that right now. And where could I do this training? Is it going to only be in Holland? So here we're obviously doing one in California. What I can say for sure is that the next HCT will be in Holland, in this wonderful venue I was mentioning at the port. It's going to start in 2019. It actually begins April 14th. So there's plenty of time. And the website is healthcertificationtrainings.eu. So just the words, small letter, healthcertificationtrainings.eu. That'll give you also a lot more information about the program, about Susie, Tim, Chris, and myself, about the kind of things that we do, about our vision and our goals for this program. I hope this has given you some of the information you might need. I hope it's obvious to you. Maybe it's not, but my passion for this. I think that this is probably one of the most important things that we can do and bring into the world today. If we need anything, it's more health in terms of not only our physical bodies, but our environment, our social systems, our families. And that is the ultimate vision and mission of this program. How do we create, a healthier, more sustainable, more resilient personal life, family life, world? Always our vision for the health community is it's a global community. It's about the world. So I hope that maybe some of you who've been listening will make that decision to come and join us. And I think you will then learn why so many people say that this has been one of the best, perhaps the most powerful program that they've had. So with that, I will say thank you, greetings, and goodbye from San Francisco, California, and may blessings to all of you for the great health and happiness for the rest of your lives.